Hello everyone, Marty 6-inch Wrestlers here, and today I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. Just like Giant Octopus, I did finish this film at the time the video was recording, and I have to say, it's like how I think of Giant Octopus. When I was younger, I was a bit underwhelmed, but now looking back, I think I understand things far better, and I have to say I really enjoyed this film. For starters, I really enjoyed the plot. Basically, what happens is the mega shark from the previous film, a guy thinks, well, there was no evidence to support that it actually is dead, and what if it's actually still alive? And well, it turns out it's a bag from some of his sonic technology, which makes sense because really, when you really watch the giant octopus, it kind of makes sense as to why the shark could still be alive because you didn't actually see it die. You saw the octopus die, but I think it makes sense and it kind of connects really well with the continuity of that film. However, at the same time in Africa, a new discovery with a giant crocodile has been discovered, and I really like the idea of a giant shark and a giant crocodile because let's face it, it would actually make sense. Because one of the megalodons, in terms of when it comes to like who would win in a fight sort of scenario, one of the creatures that megalodon is usually up against is Sarcosuchus, a giant crocodile, in prehistoric times. And I really like the idea that a shark and a crocodile would fight each other. Because here's the thing, they do fight each other just when their territories overlap. Usually it's more often saltwater crocodiles and great white sharks that come in contact because they both live in Australia, but at the same time, because sharks live around the coast and the oceans around Africa means, pretty sure now crocodiles do sometimes come in contact, which makes sense. But wow. And believe it or not, this is actually my first into J.L. White from Family Matters or Urkel from Family Matters. Yeah, it was this film. Not even Family Matters, because I didn't even know about that show until I was watching DJ Eric's a video about Arrow Season 4. Yeah, it's fun, it's crazy to think this was my introduction sort of into Urkel from Family Matters. But yeah. Another thing I'd say that makes this film really work well is that something I noticed when watching this film is it's more intense than the first one, but even then the first one was pretty intense. But you know what's actually sad? These mega shark movies are more intense, have more deaths, and are more understandable, have characters that have character motivations that make sense, actually serious dialogue than the last couple of seasons of The Flash. That's really sad. And the fact that these movies are meant to be so bad, they're actually funny. The Flash is meant to be a pretty decent, great TV show that has gone downhill in recent years, but when I was recently watching Giant Octopus, I was like, man, these films, these major films have more continuity, more likable characters, more understanding motivations, and more deaths, more intense and drama than the last couple of seasons of The Flash, especially like with season 7 and currently now season 9. That's really sad. And The Flash has like what, better special effects? I mean, not by a whole lot, especially with recent seasons. Yeah. Another thing about this film is how, I just like, how do you say his name? His last name. I know his first name is Gary. I don't know his last name, but he's probably the best part of this whole movie. Because of how he's like that hunter who doesn't give a shit about anything. They're like, yeah, and he's by far the best at that part. Especially that scene where they discover the Crocosaurus, man, and they find a dead body, and one's like, ooh, you can't look at it, and he's like laughing at how sensitive she is. And he's perfectly fine looking at a body, yeah. He's by far the best part of the movie. Terry J.O. White's character, he's likable as well. He's very, very likable. You understand where he's coming from. He's a very traumatic and very tragic character, which I really enjoyed. The U.S. Navy, I think, were great supporting characters. I just hope they make another one of these films. Make Mega Shark vs. Giganotosaurus Asylum Productions. Please, make it. Please. We are begging you. I want to see Mega Shark vs. Giganotosaurus, which, believe it or not, that was actually going to be this film, except the only difference, I think, they eventually decided to realize maybe Crocosaurus makes more sense, but please, I want to see Mega Shark fight Giganotosaurus. Please. I'm going to put a hashtag, make Mega Shark vs. Giganotosaurus. That's going to be a new hashtag from now on when I talk about these movies. But yeah. My overall grade for Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus is an A. I think this film is just as great, as good as the first one, because really, it's very intense, has very likable characters, very great fight scenes. I have to say, I would really recommend checking this out. So that was my review of Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus. Let me know what you thought of Mega Shark vs. Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus in the comments down below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.